Well, what a season he's had. Brown goes inside. Oh, what a slam from the Panthers have a 3rd and 10. Here comes pressure. So the ball is out in the end zone. And it's Wheeler finds Claude from the logo.
Edelman in motion. Edelman takes the swing pass. Edelman's going to throw. He's knocking wide open. Amendola. Touchdown.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Wanted to make a quick wildcard reaction video while I still had time. So let's just talk about these 6 games that we saw this past weekend, starting off with the Texans and the Chargers. And I think this game was probably the most surprising to me. I did go 3-3 with my picks this week, so not great. I really expected the Chargers to win this game. They've been trending in the right direction all season, which is kind of opposite of the Texans. They've had a lot of bumps along the way and a lot of injuries. Now, you can get through bad patches in your season if it's just bad gameplay, but injuries are a lot harder to overcome, and it just felt with an experienced coach like Harbaugh that they'd be able to win this one and get their first playoff win since 2019 when they had Phillip Rivers. And we just have to say it. I love Justin Herbert, but he played one of the most unclutched games I've seen in a while from a quarterback in the playoffs. He threw 4 interceptions, and 2 of them were definitely his fault. One of them resulted in a pick 6. You just can't play like that and win playoff games. He did not play well. On the other hand, CJ Stroud played pretty well. And this is not the first time he's won a playoff game. He's now won 2 back-to-back years in the wildcard round. This is the second time that Herbert has lost a game in the playoffs. The only thing they can really do is just continue to build this team, continue to improve it, and a second year with Harbaugh, maybe he'll be able to break the ice eventually, but he should have won this game. He should have played better, and he should have won the game. He threw more interceptions in this one game than he did all season long. I know not all the interceptions were his fault, but he did not play well. So let's just call it as it is. Now, moving on, I'm not going to do any previews of the upcoming games because that'll be a separate video. We had the Ravens and the Steelers. This game was probably the least surprising to me. Just the way it played out, pretty much how I expected it to. The Steelers, they scored a couple touchdowns, but the Ravens played much better. Derrick Henry played amazing. Lamar played pretty well. And they played this pretty much the same way they played them 2 weeks ago in Baltimore. I know Steelers fans are holding their heads because this is now, the 6th or 7th year that they've made the playoffs and lost in the first round. So that organization has a lot of soul searching to do, deciding what they're going to do moving forward with their quarterback position, and they're just going to have to figure something out. They definitely need more weapons on offense. Then we have the Bills and the Broncos. I thought this game would actually be closer. I thought the Broncos would play the entire game, kind of how they played that first drive with the touchdown. I blame some of the game on Sean Payton. I did not expect the Broncos to win this game. This was not one of the games I got wrong. I don't really think many people expected the Broncos to win this game, but they should have played better. They had excellent play calling on the first drive, and then after that, they ran the ball the first 2 plays of many drives. They threw plenty of screen passes, many plays behind the line of scrimmage. There was a 4th down on a route that came before the first down marker. I just thought it was a lot of bad play calling. Offensive coordinator definitely deserves some heat for that one. Now, it's not a huge heartbreaker for the Broncos because they were underdogs. The Bills have been a much better team. Bo Nix is a rookie and he's played really well, so they do have a promising future, but it would have been nice just to see a better game plan for that one. And I won't hate on them too much, but offensively, I thought they could have done better. But it's not really a big setback. It's just kind of a step in the right direction that they even made the playoffs this year. Next up, we have the NFC matchups. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going against the Washington Commanders. This one I got wrong as well, although I was on the fence with this one. I just thought Baker would play better. They had more experience. They have a Super Bowl champion with Mike Evans. Bucky Irving's been playing very well recently, but they just kept it too close. Jaden Daniel played very clutch. He played very poised, very poised, relaxed in the pocket. He stepped up. He played very well in the pocket, and credit to this Commanders team winning the first time since 2005 in the playoffs. So good for them. continuing in the right direction with a rookie quarterback as well. Tampa, I don't know exactly which decisions they have that need to be made. Baker plays very well in the regular season. He's won some playoff games in his career. I don't really think that this is the year to just get rid of him and draft a quarterback. Tampa definitely needs to get healthier, and they need to decide how they want to continue building their team. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings against the Rams. And I did get this one wrong as well. I expected the Vikings to play how they did all regular season, although they did lose to the Rams in the regular season as well. But yeah, Sam Darnold just played like he was on the Jets again, and Stafford is playing at a very high level. I didn't really doubt Stafford. I just thought that the talent on the Vikings would be too much for the Rams. But the Rams defense played great. They pressured the quarterback very well. Stafford played like he needed to. Nakua is a great weapon. Cooper Kupp still didn't have a very big game, but this Rams team is pretty solid. They have a decent running game as well, which we kind of forget about. The Vikings had zero running game, which they definitely need to address somehow. They're not going to have a great draft pick, but they need to figure something out there. And they have some big decisions to make on Sam Darnold. I don't know how they're going to navigate the situation, but they have some decisions to make there. I definitely think they're going to move on to McCarthy, but I'm not 100% certain how the situation is going to play out. I think the best bet for Darnold, I'm sure he wants money, but I think this roster is the best one that he's going to have a chance to be on and perform at a high level. And then we finish it off with the Eagles and the Packers, and this one was not really a surprise to me either. This one played out how I thought it would. Not a huge passing game from the Eagles offensively, but they made plays when they needed to. Saquon Barkley played very well, although he did not score that touchdown at the end. He played well, and the defense was just suffocating for the Eagles. Jordan Love made too many mistakes. I thought he would play a little better, but they're an injured team. They lost Christian Watson, and Jair Alexander never made his return for the season, so their defense was hurting, and the Eagles are just a healthier and better team right now. So not a huge surprise. I think the Packers just need to get healthy, and Jordan Love does need to take another step. I know he's won a playoff game, but he still does need to continue to make steps in the right direction, so they need to really push his progress and maybe continue to add weapons around him. I think Josh Jacobs was a great addition for the season. I think the defense getting healthier will help too, but they just need to keep making the right decisions, I guess. Let me know what you think about this wildcard round in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.
The fourth time in 11 years are the Stanley Cup champions.